All right, welcome back. My name is Curtis, and with me on the floor today, instead of the bench, is a Ford Dana 60 from a 2004 F350. It was a 6-liter automatic truck, and obviously it was 4-wheel drive. We're going to get started here today by working on the passenger side knuckle and hub assembly. So working behind the knuckle here, we have our 2 bolts for our caliper, and next to each of those is the bolt for the caliper bracket. We're going to take the bigger caliper bracket bolts out, and that'll let us pull caliper and the bracket off of the rotor.
So a 21 mil fits that big bolt. We'll get a pry bar in here. Open that up a bit. Our caliper bracket will fall off. And off comes the rotor. Let's just quickly run over to the other side and do it there as well. Pull our rotor off. In here should be a snap ring. And there it is right here. So we'll get this guy out of here. And that will let us pull off our hub. Wiggle it back and forth. And out it'll come. And then, first of all, we can see how dry that was. On the inside, there is a snap ring. We'll pull that off. There we go. Behind that snap ring is both a washer and a nut. Or rather, a hex-shaped spacer. And there's our other washer. Our hub is all torn apart. And behind, there are 4 21 mils. See my sockets on one. There's one above it, and 2 on the opposite side that hold the hub on. So we'll get in here with the impact on them. Probably the gentlest taps I've ever given something. There it is. There's our hub assembly and our backing plate. So as you can see, there's remnants of a connector on there. That would have been unplugged before this axle was even pulled, but I've cut the pigtail down for the sake of cleaning it up. All right, now in here is the seal for the vacuum actuated hubs. That should, in theory, just come out with the axle here. Might not, we might have to get a pry bar in there and pry it out. There we go. So I managed to get in behind the inner axle seal and pry directly on this back face. And then we had no problem popping that seal out. And right there, you can see it. That seals against the surface of the knuckle. And that holds your vacuum to actuate your hubs. We can pull out our axle shaft. I'm out. So what I'm gonna do, that nut. Feet up here. There she goes. So we're back over on the driver's side. Knuckle disassembly round 2. This one's really firm for some reason, but that actually might help us. I don't know. Who would have thought about that crazy development? Pull it back towards me with one, pry it outwards with the other. Off she comes. Out she comes. Back to our knuckle. Can we do this one in one shot too? Yeah, we can. Now all that's left will be the actual differential portion of the axle. So let's clean up what we've got. Okay, so we're back at it. We're gonna get started here, pulling the cover. So these are all corroded. I'm gonna come in with the wire wheel and just clean them all, because I might have been mistaken. So I'll just give this just a quick wipe with my hand. Oh, wow. That fluid looks really good so far. I mean, there could be something hiding, but wow. We'll just tilt the axle housing a little bit more to drain more fluid out. We don't want to do it too much because start coming off our jack stands. 19 mil for our caps. And we can pull our caps, keep them on the correct sides. Oh, they're even marked. R. Oh no, they're not. They're both marked R. And then either just because of the way these bars are angled, or because of the presence of black magic, I don't know yet. When you get these bars in here like this, you can pry up underneath one of those ring gear bolts, and you can pull out your carrier. Normally, carriers can kind of wedge themselves in here. We'll gently set our carrier down, pull our bearings out. Now we'll get our pinion out. Now for the pinion, because what we're going to do is get right in here where that little hole is, for the cavity in the pinion, and we're going to hit it. Now these are designed specifically for this so that you can't damage the threads. And normally they're stuck in there a lot harder than that. So it's nice that this one came out as nice as it did. We can pull our yoke off and we'll pull our pinion out. So with that, our housing is empty. It's at this point you would start pressing out and pressing in seals if you're doing a rebuild. Bearing races for the pinion. Always want to go through your bearings when you're doing a rebuild. But let's take a look at our gears. Let's answer our question. So we can count. 12 o'clock will be number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 teeth on our pinion. And we will now count our crown. So once again, I count 41, but I'm going to go around again. $41. So you can do the math. 41 divided by 11 is roughly 373. Boom. 3727. So we have a 373 gear ratio in this diff. So that's pretty cool. Let's clean up a little here. Now I have to make sure these aren't right-hand thread. Some carriers, particularly GM carriers, will use righty-loosey, lefty-tighty bolts. We want to make sure that we know what we're dealing with beforehand. Otherwise, we could break a bolt in the carrier. Or rather, sorry, we could break a bolt in the ring gear. So again, we got our rag protecting the ring gear, so in the event this does fall, it's not going to hit concrete. And we have correct hand thread. Now you can try this. If you're unsure, thread a bolt in here, almost all the way, so we have a lot of threads grabbing. Just a gentle tap. And now we've loosened up our ring gear. So I'm gonna try and support this with both hands now. Into the pile. We'll drop our ring gear. Now we've separated the ring gear from the carrier. It looks like this is an open carrier. I don't see any clutch packs or locking devices in there. I don't even know if Ford offered their trucks with a LSD in the front. Back in the day at least. That would be something to look up and look into. That'd be neat. But there we go. There's a completely disassembled 04 Dana 60. Let's clean everything up, and we'll throw all the parts on the bench and we'll go over everything. All right, it's time to wrap this one up. So first of all, if this video helped you in any way, feel free to reach out and let us know. We love helping people and sharing information and learning as much as we can about these parts and components that we pull apart. If you enjoy this type of content, definitely stick around and give us a subscribe. It also helps if you like the video. We post regularly, so with that being said, let's go over the parts. So first of all, we have our passenger and driver's side knuckles, our passenger and driver's side axle shafts, our caliper brackets, which I did end up going and pulling the calipers off so that I could show these. We have one of our hubs. I just brought it up here to show. We have our pinion. We have our cover, obviously. We have our carrier, the ring gear bolts, the bearing retainers or bearing caps, which I still have designated as left and right sides. And we have our gear set. Oh, I shouldn't forget, we also have our housing. It's a pretty crucial component. Unfortunately, it's too big for the table, so here you'll have it as it is right now. So, now that covers everything. Like I said, if you like this type of content, we post regularly, so give us a subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.